All right, so keep things short and simple when you speak. Period. No ifs and or buts. Just keep that message in your mind when you speak at all times. Because many people you will see, like after this video, you'll pick it up. They overcomplicate things. Imagine you're speaking to someone, they speak back. They ask a question to you, and whilst you're thinking in your mind to respond to that question, they add in more information. That is where I am getting at with this video. See, if you provide so much information, it's kind of like you're overstimulated. It's like information overload. You're just saying too much. And there's a few things that you can do to like not reach that point, and that's what I'm going to kind of tell you. So I want you to remember this. So there is a law in, I think, the 48, uh, what's it called again? Like the 48 laws of power. I'm not too sure. I read it a long time ago, but I remember there was one law that stuck out to me, which was law 4, and it was like always say less than necessary. So this is literally face value what it says. Always say less than necessary, period. So you literally say the bare minimum. So example, in classes, let's say the passing grade is 50%. You literally say like the passing grade of what you need to speak. Now there's a few reasons why of this, like why you want to say the bare minimum as possible. The number one answer is that when you speak less, you're going to say something that's not going to damage, say, your reputation or anything, because the more you speak, the more chances you provide you slipping up in your speech and saying something that you weren't supposed to say, or saying something that you didn't want to necessarily say. So when you speak less, you lower the chance of that occurring. Another thing about the 4, like always say less than necessary, is when you say less, then people think about it as their own idea and they're more inclined to do it or answer the question, or more creativity can like spawn in from that one question. And that's really true. Like, if you think about, okay, I need to ask this person this question with that follow-up question and this. No, no, no. Literally just asking the most basic question. Oh, remember, less than necessary, like always necessary, right? Just the bare minimum. They will come up with the rest of the question themselves, and they will feel like it's a question that they had themselves, and they'll actually be way more engaged. And you still got the information you wanted. So it's a win-win on both parties, and you both feel like great about it. On the other hand, if you just speak, and this person, tries to say something about it, they're not going to want to say it because it's not their idea, and they don't agree with it. So that's the thing about the law right there. Now, the other thing that you can do is, instead of just trying to ask the questions, right? Just listen. You got two ears to one mouth, so just listen, because a lot of people want to speak about something to whomever, doesn't matter. Not many people want to listen. Now here's the thing, I'm not saying that you should go listen to something you don't want to do. Absolutely not. What you should do is find someone or something that you want to listen to occasionally, or you know every day, routinely, whatever the case you want to put it at, and just go do that. And here's the thing, when you're listening, don't try to just listen to respond. That's what a lot of people do, is you pretty much just zip your lip, and then when they're done, you start speaking. And wrong. Not going to do that. Instead, what you're going to do is, when they're saying things into your mind, just try to be present. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you some like tactic, like, ooh, tactic. This is how you do it. No, no, no. Just be present whilst they're saying what they're saying. You don't have to try to think of a question right off the spot, because here's the thing, things will just come naturally to you. You don't have to force all these things about it. You literally just listen and it will occur. No sweat, no problem. So next time you're listening to someone speak, just be present, focus on what they're saying. Don't just listen to respond. Listen to understand and hear what they're actually saying. because this can go two ways. You know, you want people to understand you, right? You don't want people just to talk back. You don't want people to reply, right? Respond. You want people to talk back to you and actually understand you. So just remember that it's a two-way street, okay? It's not one way, it's a two-way, okay? So keep that in your mind. That is what I have for the video. Short and sweet, keep it simple, no busy bat. Have a great day.